someone says, I hooked up at a party last night, what do you interpret that as?
Probably they made out with somebody.
So I think hookup culture can pretty much be defined as just the new way of how younger people interact romantically and sexually. Just like with these new apps and just technology in general that didn't exist 20 years ago, people don't interact the same way that they used to have to, basically.
Okay, if someone says, I hooked up last night, what do you interpret that as?
I interpret that as they're having sex, unless they tell me later on that they did something just like cuddling.
I think it depends, but I would think that it means they had sex or they made out. It just really depends on what they explain to you.
Had sex? Yeah, with someone else. Anywhere, in their room, anywhere. Yeah.
I think it also depends on the person. If they do stuff like that a lot, then when they say that they hooked up, then it's probably more sex. But if it's somebody who's not quite as experienced, and they say they hooked up with somebody, then it's probably just making out.
Usually, I just think they made out. I try not to think that they actually had sex because that's awkward. I don't want to think about that.
I interpret that as meaning they had sex.
If someone says, I hooked up at a party last night, does that change your answer?
Absolutely. If someone hooked up at a party, I would just think that they made out.
Probably the same thing, unless they got more specific, I would think they didn't go any further than making out. At a party, I would think that they just made out.
I feel like if it's like, oh, I hooked up last night, whatever, but if it's like I hooked up at a party, I feel like there's a different sort of connotation there.
Do you think that hookup culture is largely negative or largely positive?
I think at this stage in my life, personally, hookup culture is a positive thing because I am still trying to figure out who I am and what I want, and it's nice to be able to explore those options.
Hookup culture right now is really beneficial for people who are on the go, not ready to settle down. In the 60s and 70s and the years before the 60s, people were very expected to settle down. So there really wasn't any margin of, I have these 10, 15 years to explore, to have sex, to find myself, to find romance. There was kind of more of a time cap for people back then. We don't have that now. So people are being taught that that's really bad, that if you don't find romance by the time you're X age, you're out of luck, which is very disheartening and very disempowering for people because not everyone should be expected to find some sort of romantic partner and have to settle down to achieve some sort of goal.
Are you on any social media dating apps?
No, I am not.
Why?
Because I have a boyfriend.
Cool. Okay, thank you so much.